Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely. Always ready to get into some thought-provoking stuff.
Okay, so today we're doing something a little different.
Oh,
Yeah, we're actually diving into a song this time.
interesting. Which one?
It's called Lies Between the Lines.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Not your typical research paper, I'd imagine.
Definitely not.
Oh,
But that's what makes it so fascinating.
I can see that. How so?
Well, it tackles some pretty big themes,
Like,
truth, lies, self-image, all those things we grapple with, especially in a world that's obsessed with appearances.
I see where you're going with this. Very relevant.
Right. And I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people listening, even if they haven't consciously thought about it before.
I agree. There's something very universal about those struggles. Trying to be true to ourselves while navigating all the external pressures and expectations.
Exactly. And the song just captures it so well. Like right from the first verse, it talks about living in a world of silence where we're all kind of holding back our true feelings.
There's a lot packed into that image, isn't there?
Totally. It makes you think about how silence isn't always peaceful, right? Sometimes it's like hiding something unsettling underneath.
It's like that saying, the loudest person in the room is often the most insecure. Sometimes silence speaks volumes.
Have you ever felt that way, though? Like pressure to stay silent, even when you knew something was wrong?
Absolutely. I think we all have at some point. It speaks to that paradox of silence. We tend to think of it as peaceful, but often it's a way of avoiding conflict or suppressing uncomfortable truths.
Yeah, we're choosing silence to protect ourselves. But in a way, it's a form of self-deception, isn't it?
Precisely. And that leads us perfectly into the next part of the song, the pre-chorus.
Which is,
Do you want the truth or just a lie? Are we playing safe or flying high?
yes, it's like this internal battle we all face.
Right, the struggle between honesty and the temptation to deceive.
And it makes you think, like, why do we lie, even when it might hurt us in the long run?
Well, there's a lot of psychology behind that. Sometimes it's to protect ourselves,
Mhm.
sometimes it's to maintain a certain image, and sometimes it's just easier than facing the truth.
Whoa, deep stuff.
Right. We even see this play out in online behavior. People creating these idealized versions of themselves, often driven by fear of judgment or rejection.
It's true. Everyone's putting on a show online these days. Makes you wonder how much of what we see is even real anymore.
And that brings us to the chorus, which is a real zinger.
What's that?
Sex, lies, and videotape. Boom.
Ooh, yeah. Gets your attention, for sure.
It's so powerful, right? It instantly makes you think of that 1989 film that explored similar themes.
Oh, yeah. It's all about, like, voyeurism, hidden desires, the masks we wear for others.
Exactly. And that feeling of being trapped by the image we project, even if it's not truly who we are.
It's a bit unsettling when you think about it like that.
Yeah,
Kind of makes you feel like you're always being watched.
you hit the nail on the head. And social media has just amplified this whole thing. We're all constantly aware of our online presence.
Which leads to what you were saying earlier, creating those picture-perfect versions of ourselves.
Exactly. It's like performative authenticity, presenting a self that we think will be liked, even if it's not 100% genuine.
Wow. That's a really good way to put it. And then, the second verse goes on to talk about how we connect with each other.
It uses that line, you want to know me, but not too deep.
Yeah, that one hit me hard. It's like we want connection, but only on a surface level.
Makes you wonder, are we afraid of true intimacy?
I think there's definitely some fear there. Like, what if we reveal too much and people don't like what they see?
It's a valid fear, but it's ironic, isn't it? We're craving real connection, but holding ourselves back at the same time.
Yeah, it's like we're all these little islands surrounded by people, but still feeling alone.
Exactly. It's a paradox of modern life. We're hyper-connected through technology, but experiencing a crisis of loneliness.
It's almost like all those curated social media profiles are actually pushing us further apart instead of bringing us together.
You're right, it's a real double-edged sword. We want to be seen, but only to a certain extent, afraid of judgment and rejection.
But like the bridge of the song says, the truth is there underneath all those layers we build up.
I love that line. The truth's inside, beneath the layers we try to hide. It's so simple, but so powerful.
It really is. It makes you think, like, how often are we even hiding from ourselves? Not just from other people.
That's the real work, isn't it? Unmasking ourselves, taking off the masks, and being comfortable with who we find underneath.
Definitely not easy, but it's the path to authenticity, right?
Absolutely. And then the song ends with this line that just punches you in the gut.
Which one?
Sex, lies, and videotape. We're trapped in the roles we imitate.
Whoa, yeah, talk about a wake-up call. It's like, are we really living our lives or just going through the motions?
It challenges us to examine the roles we play in our lives.
Right. Are those roles really us, or are they just something we've learned to perform for others?
And are they serving us or holding us back from our true potential? That's the big question.
Such a powerful message, and it all comes from a song. I love it.
Me too. It just goes to show you that art can really make you think about life in new ways.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, to everyone listening, take a moment and think about the roles you play in your own life.
Are they authentically you, or are they masks that you need to shed?
It's a journey of self-discovery, and this song is a great starting point. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time.
See you then.